Hello there, and welcome to Daniel's Infinite Playlist. And today we're actually talking about the third album from Nigerian English band Ibibio Sound Machine. For those of you who don't know who Ibibio Sound Machine are, well, they're a really huge band. I think they're an 8-piece band with frontwoman singer Eno Williams, and they specialize in these amazing Afro-funk beats, and it's blended with post-punk, new wave, synth pop as well, and disco, and all of these amazing influences mixed in together, and they're all sung amazingly by Eno Williams, who's the singer of the band. And she's been making a name for herself for basically, mixing lyrics in the Ibibio language, which is one of the languages spoken in Nigeria, and English as well. So it's an amazing mishmash of cultures and amazing eclectic sounds. And now we're gonna see how the third album pans out. But first, how is it to listen to this album? Well, it's a bit like this. Lovely. As I'm going to show you now, the CD unboxing. As you see, it's a quite lovely album cover. I think it really, just shows what Ibibio Sound Machine is all about. Being very, forward with their music, sounding very technological, but at the same time very traditional. And you see, here's the front woman, Eno Williams. She has amazing outfits on stage. And then if I open, it's quite simple. It's a photo of the band, just having a nice time. And then the CD as well, which is here. And you see, well, it's another shot of the singer. Anyways, how is it to listen to this album? Well, musically, this album actually pares down its synth influences a bit more, because on her second album, which is called Uyai, it actually doubled down on those synth influences, and now it's basically pared down all of those influences and made it even more acoustic, I would say. You can actually feel the presence of the band just making their contributions on the album, and it sounds good. It sounds very eclectic and fun, but I somehow miss the more electronic elements of the other albums, and sometimes you can feel that the album meanders a bit, because it's a bit slow in some parts. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the slow cuts of the album is very, very good, but they somehow, they feel so misplaced in the album, so it doesn't feel like it matches, if you know what I mean. Otherwise, like the influences here are more R&B, more jazzy, and also more disco as well. And there are so many good songs that you can actually dance to, but this album is actually more, introverted, and less, less energetic musically, as you've seen in her other albums. So, how is this album lyrically? Well, lyrically, this album is actually a bit more different from like the other albums thematically. I mean, I still can't understand like the Ibibio language, but somehow you feel what the songs are about just by the sheer, emotion that the singer Eno Williams just puts on her vocals. But on the songs that you have, the English text, you can actually see that the songs are about love, new love, trust, and all of these personal feelings that are actually very great. You actually feel kind of like in a lovely mood afterwards. And it's actually, I think it's both a step forward and a step backwards, considering how her other albums were. For example, like the first album, Ibibio Sound Machine, there she actually used like different elements of Nigerian mythology and all of that, and mixed them, you know, like with modern in modern like settings, and I thought that was actually cool. And I would have liked to see a bit more of that element on this album. Anyways, I mean, I still like the more personal and more relatable lyrics on this one, so I'm just not really complaining there. Anyways, what do I give this album? Well, I give it a 7 out of 10 because it is a very enjoyable album, although it's a bit uneven on some parts, and its acoustic influences, they're okay, but you know, like being an electronic musician myself, I somehow just miss the more electronic and synthy elements from the other albums. But the times when they're actually not put on, you know, like in the album, it actually sounds good as well. So I'm just kind of, you know, 50-50 on that, because, well, I mean, I still miss it, but anyways, it's still an enjoyable album, and, you know, just listen to it while it's sunny, you know, while you're walking with your friends. It's a great album, but I still feel that it needs a bit more cohesiveness, and, you know, and you've been accustomed to, you know, just listening to the other Ibibio Sound Machine albums, and, you know, you just feel like, yeah, I hope that they, you know, just keep on exploring all of these electronic places, and, you know, just mix them more with Afrobeat and all of that. But, you know, it's totally okay. It's a great album nonetheless. So yeah, as always, I'm going to put the artist links down below. Ibibio Sound Machine are available everywhere. They're available on iTunes, Spotify. I don't think they have a Bandcamp, but you can still buy them, their vinyls and their CDs, through like all of the other, you know, like main pages, you know, like Amazon, or, you know, like through the record labels page. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and if this is your first video of me, and if you liked it, then please give a like and subscribe, because I'm just gonna keep on reviewing new albums every Wednesday and classic albums every Saturday. So keep your eyes peeled for those, as it's gonna be, you know, like really nice. And, you know, if you just want to stay up to date, you know, to new musicians that you probably haven't heard of, and Ibibio Sound Machine is a really amazing band. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for me. Enjoy music, enjoy life, people. Hej då!